Sara Ahmed's The Feminist Killjoy Handbook explores the experiences of people labeled as feminist killjoys for speaking out against sexism, racism, and other forms of injustice. The term killjoy is usually meant as an insult, suggesting someone spoils the fun or happiness of others. Ahmed reclaims this label and transforms it into a tool for empowerment and survival. Her book is a collection of personal and shared stories that show how feminists, by pointing out social problems, are often made to seem like the problem themselves. Ahmed begins by sharing a personal story. At the dinner table, her father made an offensive sexist remark, and when Ahmed spoke out, she was blamed for ruining the meal. This is the classic experience of a feminist killjoy being punished for noticing injustice. Ahmed traces the history of the word killjoy back to the 18th century, showing how it originally described someone who spoiled the fun of others. Over time, the term evolved, often being applied to people who challenge social norms, such as politically correct killjoys. Feminists have been labeled as bitter or joyless, but Ahmed argues that these labels reveal the need for feminism. By reclaiming killjoy, feminists can better understand their experiences and connect with others who face similar challenges. Her handbook offers advice, shared truths, and guidance for those navigating this role. Ahmed emphasizes that surviving as a feminist killjoy is a political act, not just a matter of coping. She encourages feminists to embrace the term and use it to define themselves. This act of naming is empowering because it allows them to face judgment with confidence. Being a feminist killjoy also provides extra vision, the ability to see injustices and power dynamics that others ignore. Finding a supportive community of other killjoys is crucial. Being a feminist killjoy can feel isolating, so connecting with others who understand the experience helps build solidarity. Ahmed calls this group Killjoy Crowd. Solidarity is not always easy. It requires effort, awareness of differences, and a commitment to mutual support. Self care is another important aspect. Ahmed reframes self care not as indulgent luxury but as a radical form of protection and preservation. It is about listening to one's body, saying no to draining situations, and protecting oneself from the emotional strain of fighting oppression. This approach allows Audre Lorde's idea that self care is a vital act of survival for those resisting systemic violence. Ahmad also describes the feminist killjoy as a cultural critic. Killjoys question what is considered joy or happiness, revealing that some forms of pleasure rely on ignoring injustice. For example, in the film Kramer vs. Kramer, questioning the mother's portrayal was seen as ruining others' enjoyment. By refusing to accept these narratives, feminist killjoys show how happiness can be used to mask inequality. Ahmad encourages the maxim be maladjusted, don't adjust to injustice. Killjoys expose what is missing from stories of joy and reveal how societal norms can enforce harmful expectations, especially on women. Ahmad finally presents the feminist killjoy as a philosopher. This figure challenges the traditional image of philosophy as abstract and dominated by privileged men. Instead, the killjoy uses lived experience to produce knowledge that addresses social realities and supports survival. Ahmed describes the act of noticing as a feminist killjoy's tool, observing what is unusual, absent, or unjust, such as the exclusion of women of color or unexamined privileges. Noticing becomes political work, exposing the structures that maintain inequality. By questioning authenticity and challenging hidden assumptions, the feminist killjoy reveals subtle forms of violence and injustice. Her very existence asks who is deemed legitimate and who is marginalized.